Good morning, guys. Okay, so I am going to, one, be sketching, and two, basically I want to touch on a situation that I spoke of yesterday, and it was one of the bigger art YouTubers was going to take down their channel, had privatized a bunch of their videos, and then put everything back up and said, fuck it, I'm just going to keep posting my videos because that's what makes me happy. And I was like, yeah, do what makes you happy. Okay. So the reason that they took everything down in the first place is because they received high amounts of criticism for some very strongly opinionated statements that they had made. And you have to look at the back history of this person. They are incredibly opinionated. They are crass, and they just basically blast anything that they don't like. There's a line in the sand. They are a person that very much sees things in black and white. So, that being said, once you look at all of that shit with this person, you have to be like, okay, so they have opinions. Yes, they do. But the problem is that when you state opinions as strongly as they state theirs and in terms like they say things, and when they go off on rants on people, and when they post videos like kind of ripping people down, I'm kind of getting hypocritical on this because of that book review I did, but people are gonna have criticism, and that criticism is, you have to be able to take it. Now, this person, and a part of the problem that people were having with this person is that they are so critical, and they're like, I can take any kind of criticism, and then anytime anyone kind of criticizes their art or something that they've said, they just delete the comment and shut it down. Well, that's not taking criticism, that's turning a blind eye to it. And there's probably a lot more going on. They have a lot of viewers, so they probably do get a lot of stupid comments like, oh, you fucking suck, and all this kind of stuff. That's not really great. But if someone's like, hey, there's something a little bit wrong with that pose, and then they get bitchy with them, and they come across as bitchy with them, that's where I'm coming at. I think the problem is with a lot of people that they have a lot of fame on YouTube, they have a huge following, they get arrogant, and then they get lazy, and then they're like, well, I have all these people following me, so fuck you, because I don't need to, I don't have to have any of, whatever you're talking about. You can't criticize me because you're not as big of a celebrity as I am, essentially thing. That's what I've gleaned out of it, and from looking at comments and looking through a bunch of other stuff, okay, what's going on with this person, that kind of thing. That's basically what I've gleaned out of the whole situation, is that they've got too much of an ego and they need to kind of check it back. So yeah, so that's my opinion on the situation, is essentially that this person's just got this inflated ego. They cannot take criticism, even though they say they can take criticism, and they actually need to have a teacher to just rip them down. And this is speaking from experience, when I was in school, I had the hugest ego. My ego is actually part of the reason I hated fine art so much, is because I thought it was beneath me and I wasn't willing to learn anything. But at the same point in time, they weren't really teaching me anything I wanted to learn, so hand in hand. But I can look back at the situation and go, okay, this was also my fault. Now, when I went into my animation school, I ended up, I think I did the tier thing before. It was there was levels of people that got into the school. They had really low people, moderately okay, I know how to draw people, and then really good people. I was one of the top, I know how to fucking draw people. There were a handful of us that could do it, that were that good anyways. So I had teachers that would just rip my stuff apart, but they were doing it because they knew I could do better. and they pushed me, and now I can do better, and I can like draw like very well. I can draw very fast, and I'm able to do things now, and they gave me the skills to be critical of my own work and see my mistakes and like understand that not everything you make is going to be a beautiful piece of fucking art, and not everything you make is going to be enjoyed by people. And a lot of the stuff that you do in your sketchbook, and this is a lot of the shit that you guys actually see because I just sketch when I'm on these things, like a lot of it is gonna be garbage. Like, you're gonna make so many garbage drawings that are off proportion and just like not good, and like, but the garbage, because there's gonna be like one line in there or something that you've done in that garbage piece of shit drawing that is good, and you gotta look for, like, gotta find out where the good things are, how you've handled something and you enjoyed it, like you like the way that you've handled a certain thing, and then you've got to be like, okay, now how can I recreate that? And you just got to keep making these garbage drawings as long as you're trying to learn something from every drawing you do. That is how you become a better artist. And this YouTuber, back to the main point, God, I go off on tangents so much. They don't have, I don't think they have someone in their life that is strict enough and has like basically said to them, listen to what I'm saying, this is what's wrong with this, and at least someone that they respect. Now, my experience is I had a very strict father, so when people were like, listen to what I'm saying, automatically I'd be like, okay, what are you saying? Like, that was just ingrained in me when I was little. Like, you listen when people tell you to listen. Sometimes I didn't, but when I was in school and my teachers were like, this is what we're doing, I'd be like, okay, let's do this. And it's a structural thing, and a lot of times you have to be able to like look at what you're doing and look at the situation and understand that this person may not be, they may not be like the best artist, but they understand the concepts and the skills that are going to make you a better artist. So it's just that kind of thing. Anyway, I have ranted, yay! And I am drawing some random weird dude in a polo shirt, and I have no idea why, but whatever, we're just gonna roll with it. Yeah. So, all that being said, all the drama that went on, apparently this YouTuber is back. They're going to keep posting stuff. I think they posted a new video this morning, so good for them. My only suggestion is, again, and I say this all the time, is be critical of the content you are absorbing and ask questions as to why somebody has an opinion that they do. Always ask questions and always take a step back and get both sides of the story before you make judgment on anything. And I struggle to do this because sometimes I'll hear something like, yeah, that person did this, that's awful. And then I'll look at the other side of the story and go, oh, but this person did that to them. Or this person said that and that person did it. So you've got to look at both sides of the story to be able to make good, positive judgments. And if I say something and it's a little, I don't know, off base, or you don't agree with it, or you want like to question me on it, then question me, and then I'll probably be like, oh, because sometimes I fuck up the way I say things so it sounds a little bit different than I want it to. So yeah, definitely question me if I have said something that could be interpreted as different or wrong or not great. Anyways, or if you have a differing opinion, I would love to hear your opinion. Because a lot of times it's like we have what we think is right, and then other people have what they think is right. And then when you start discussing it in polite terms, not F you dude, I'm right, but like when you start discussing it with people, your opinions can change. That's the greatest thing about opinions. They change. Anyway, oh God, I think I've ranted enough. This dude is so boring. Oh my God. There's some things I like in it. Like I said before, you'll always find a couple things that you like in a drawing, but he is a garbage drawing. she's kind of cute, but I didn't finish her, so anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was so rambly and bubbly, Jesus Christ. But I think it's always important to be critical of the content that you're absorbing, and I just want you guys to be the best artists that you can be and not close yourself off from avenues that you might enjoy because somebody else has a really strong opinion on it. Make your own opinions. Anyways, yeah. If you have any questions about this video, please let me know in the comments below. Bye-bye.